last year about this time that the girls that we worked with were really kind of dreading going back to school. Not a big surprise. And maybe you, as the adult in their lives, maybe you're kind of dreading going back to school and that whole process and that routine and what it's like when everybody goes back to work and school and you're in that mode.
You guys just heard a little bit there from Barb Steinberg, a licensed social worker and certified teen life coach who can help crack the code on communication for your family. She is joining us with some back-to-school wisdom, as so many of us are going in August this morning. Good morning, Barb.
Hi, good morning.
You just moved your son actually into, UGA, and so you know what it is to have someone who is a teen, except you kind of focus on girls. Can you tell me a little bit about why that is your focus?
I do. I focus on girls mainly because, first of all, I love girls. And I'm really clear on what it is that they are struggling with. I was there and I want to be of help.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are some tough years, those teen years. I'm thinking middle school, high school, even into college.
Yeah.
How might teen girls, let's call it high schoolers, how might they be feeling in these first few weeks of school starting back up?
Yeah, so I would say a predominant emotion might be nerves, worried, scared. And that's, I'm going to a new school, new classes, new teachers, new subject matters. It's a lot. Some of them actually I've heard are feeling a little bit let down. They thought this year was going to be different. They were going to feel different, be different, and so it's a little disappointing that it's not. And then lastly, a lot of girls are excited. I'm back with my friends all day, every day. I'm back on the dance team, volleyball team, robotics, you name it. They're excited to be seniors and upperclassmen. So mix of emotions.
Absolutely. We are true onions as people, right? We got lots of layers. I do want to ask, though, it's something I feel like I'm specifically seeing. It's always existed, but I feel like I'm just seeing it kind of highlighted now, about the fitting in, because the price points of some of the things that are cool now, I'm thinking Golden Goose sneakers, I'm thinking some of the skincare you can get at Sephora, those price tags are so high. How do girls process, oh, I'm not actually able to afford that, or, even with my job from over the summer, I can't pay for some of this stuff. How does that make me feel about fitting in?
Yeah, fitting in is a high priority when you're a teenager. You need to find your tribe and your people. You want to belong. We all do as human beings. So there is some pressure to fit in and wear the right thing. And girls, luckily, a lot of girls these days are really into thrifting, and they're finding really nice things at affordable prices, and they get to feel good about themselves.
Absolutely, and we want to encourage that because, of course, it's good for the environment as well. What are some signs? Moodiness is expected, hormones are expected, but what are some signs that maybe with your teenage daughter, something else bigger might be going on?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are situational emotions. We have feelings based on situations in our life. I got a bad test grade, I'm having an issue with a friend. Those feelings are temporary, they come and go. We also have some emotions that are more excessive, they're chronic. It's like an unhealthy response to what's happening in your life. So, for example, we might see that now their ability to function in their day-to-day life is negatively impacted. We want to observe possible changes such as sleep changes, eating changes, withdrawal from socializing, not wanting to go to school, poor school performance, substance abuse, and so on. We want to look out for those. That means our kid might need some help.
Yeah, and as a parent, it's kind of hard, right? Because you want to, give them their little bit of independence. You want to continue to let them sprout and grow, but at the same time, you kind of have to be monitoring for any potential bigger issues. So what would you say to anxious parents? What would you say to parents who are worried about their kid doing well?
Yeah, I work with parents every day that are having big feelings about concerns of their child struggling or suffering. So the first thing I say is parents have to be aware of their own feelings. You've got to get your own help, whether that means you're talking to your friends, your fellow parents, or someone like myself, a parent coach, a therapist, a counselor. So address your own emotions. Try not to project your emotions onto your kids. So that can happen where we assume they're feeling what we're feeling, and they may not be. We don't want to interview for pain. So if she said, I don't know who to sit with at lunch, we don't want every single day, who did you sit with at lunch? Did anyone talk to you? How's it going? So we're putting a spotlight and growing the pain. We don't want to do that.
We don't want to interview for pain. I've never heard that term before, but it makes so much sense. What else would you say to parents at this time of the year when they're kind of like letting them go to the school bus or, out of the car, especially when it's kind of like, Mom and Dad, I don't want to spend so much time with you anymore.
Yeah.
How do they keep that connection? I still love you. We still understand each other. Even though you're embarrassed to see me in front of the school.
This is something I care deeply about, the connection, because yes, they're pulling away. They're supposed to be an independent adult, but they need you. They need a connection and a foundation. And we want to be careful that we're having sweet, fun, enjoyable moments connecting with them, not just how are your grades, how's your homework, how's your friends. So we have to make time to play with them and to have fun with them.
I think that's a really good point, and something that, they get to a certain age, you kind of think you don't have to do so much anymore, but a good reminder. Okay, quick tips to calm nerves, whether it be for the kid themselves or for the parents who are nervous.
Yeah, I love this question because these tips that I'm going to share really are for both the parents and the teens. So first thing, it's a no-brainer, we forget about it, but deep, long, slow in and out breaths. With the exhale being longer. It calms the nervous system. It gets us out of fight, flight, or freeze, which a lot of teenagers are in, especially at the beginning of the year. We also want to talk about your stress level on a scale of 1 to 10. So regularly asking, where are you? And then if they're a 5 or above, we work with girls and we love to teach them, and I want parents to do this too, to create a stress busters list, 10 to 20 things that bring you calm, peace, or contentment. Hang it where you can see it. It's by the mirror when you brush your teeth. And you can grab one of those things from a curated menu to calm you and soothe you. It's self-care built in. Sleep, so important. American Academy of Sleep Medicine recommends teenagers get between 8 and 10 hours. Many are not. If you are chronically exhausted, you cannot regulate your mood.
Absolutely, and so many of those early football practices and things like that going on nowadays, it means that sleep schedule is impacted even further. Just real quickly in the last 10 seconds tell me about the services you offer.
We offer parent coaching for parents of tween and teen girls, teen life coaching for girls 13 to 25, lots of workshops and speaking.
Sounds good to me. Barb, thank you so much for your expertise this morning. We appreciate it. Okay, learn more about all the resources she offers for teens and parents at barbsteinberg.com.